speakers together.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met you, you were what, 22 years old? Was that 2 years ago or something?
Was it 2 years ago? Wow.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember the keynote speaker introducing you as a 22-year-old CEO. And I was just like...
Her eye.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I was doing stuff in life, and then this one's just beating me up at it. Yeah.
No.
So, but you know, right then and there, I was like, that is fucking cool. Yeah, that is really cool. So then I got to know more about you. So, but please tell everyone who you are and what is it that you do.
Cool. I'm Ethel Tambudzai.
Yeah.
I'm 24 years old. About to be 25.
Very good.
Co-founder of SONAAAR, which is an events-based social and professional networking platform, and it's aimed at profiling and amplifying the work of Pan-African diaspora. So what all of that means is we host events that are for socializing, but also for professionals, helping them to progress, but realize where they are. Our 3 A's, because we spell SONAAAR, SONAAAR,
Okay.
amplifying voices in terms of what people are doing, concerns, what is the things that people want to see more of.
Mm-hmm.
And also altruism is a key component of it, helping people to give back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to do something, everyone wants to help someone somewhere, they don't always know how. So it's not necessarily about apathy, but helping people direct their compassion or empathy into actions that really matter. So if it's connecting them with people in the UK, around them in their local community, and saying these people really need help with mentors. You have 2 hours a week. Yes, you do. Amazing. Speak to a younger version of you who's trying to figure out what they want to do with their life. It could be you're training to be a doctor and they're medical students in South Africa who are like, oh, I just wish I could ask this because we don't have access to those textbooks, or there's doctor strikes and there's different things going on, but we'd really love to know, like, where can I take my medicine, or how can I better use the resources that I have where they are.
Yeah.
So encouraging the cycle of altruism wherever you are in the world. And all of this essentially to alter narratives around what does it mean to be a migrant, because Pan-African diaspora are people who originated either from Africa or from the Caribbean, or they have heritage from those places, and are wherever they are in the world. So it's about saying wherever you are, like, nobody's telling our story the way that it's actually happening and the way that represents us in the best way possible. Or maybe there are, but we don't know about them. So how do we alter the narrative of just being a migrant who's coming into a country to take a job, or who's being an economic migrants? Like, what does it mean to be an economic migrant? And what are the contributions they're making? And how does that return of investment look? Not just for those people in terms of enriching the communities they're in, but what does it mean for the country? Like, what does the wider fabric of society look like as a result of different people popping up in different spaces?
Like, why did you feel the need to get into that? Like, how did you come across, oh, I'd like to create this?
Cool. So I was born in Zimbabwe and I came to the UK around the age of 6. So growing up in the UK, I had this very tangible, like, knowledge of I'm from somewhere else.
Okay.
I've grown through, like, all these different stereotypes and the attitudes in society where people say, oh, that's like the mud huts, isn't it? I grew up outside of London as well.
You grew up outside London, okay.
And somewhere that is not very it's fairly multicultural, but the schools I went to were predominantly white. I remember we had to go on a biology trip for my A-levels that was compulsory, but also £600. Always wanting to fit the stereotype of the black person who couldn't swim. So I had swimming lessons. I'm a third culture kid, as we're now called.
Yeah.
Globalization is only going to blur those lines even more.
Yeah.
Because what does it mean to be a citizen? I know people who have 4 different passports.
Yeah. You're a very young entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that.
I guess, what are the challenges that you faced in being an entrepreneur? And that could be about, you know, being young, being black, or being a woman.
I experienced all of those things, but all mixed into one, right?
Okay.
So the fact that I'm young, like, I walk into a room and people automatically see that I'm a woman and that I'm brown and that I'm young, and I don't always know what they experience first until they speak to me, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I think the biggest challenge, was my youth, like how young I am. And I never anticipated that because I don't see myself as young. I see a block. Sometimes it's opened more doors. Because people go, what, you're young? Okay, come in.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go, oh wow, we need more diversity. Are you willing to do it? And I don't want to be known for the person who does the diversity talks because that person didn't know who else to put on the panel.
Yeah.
But it's something that I have to take into my stride and go, well, if I don't do it, then it doesn't become diverse. Taking ownership, like you're in that room because you deserve to be there. Like you've been given a seat, you deserve to be there. You feel like you're not being given a seat, take a seat. And like take ownership of the fact that you deserve to be in that space. It's definitely something, because I used to go in and be like, oh, maybe I am just here because I'm brown. But now going, okay, so what if I am just here because I'm brown? I'm here to also show what I can do, what I have done. I've got a track record and shaping the narrative in a way that reflects who I am.
Was I invited because I'm white?
We needed to diversify the crowd, and I think it's beyond just having the conversation to say, no, it's important. I think everybody fits, like, so when a company are hiring, for example, or promotions or events, everybody's looking for something that's slightly different. People get recruited for different reasons, and yes, there's a whole matter of bias, etc., but we also have to think, like, what is the additional value that person brings? And it goes down to, is that person competent? I've been in situations.
Can you do the job?
Can you do the job? Can you do it well? Can you not just start the job, right? As well. And I think that's another conversation that needs to be intertwined into the race, the genders, the protected characteristics conversations. Because sometimes it's great to say, I really want to hire that incredible black woman, but the references that we've had from other people show that they're not necessarily great. As much as I would want to hire that person, I would also be cautious that way. What does that mean for my reputation? What does it mean if that person doesn't follow through and we have to have this conversation and that becomes awkward? And the race card gets played, but it's like, but there's genuine reason and performance reviews, right? So it is multi-layered.
It's complex, man. How did you create the money to launch your enterprise?
My mum's like my biggest cheerleader. I'm like, Mum, I don't know what I'm doing.
Biggest shareholder.
Biggest too. So when I initially started, I was like, oh, I'm going to shadow my mentor.
Okay.
So I learnt a lot through that process, and I became a trustee at Race on the Agenda, where I'm still a trustee, small charity that focuses on race. And from the work that I was doing there, people would approach me and say, hey, I heard you can really help us with, we're trying to get more young people in, for example. So I started consulting from the knowledge that I had.
I think you're touching on a very, very important point. As a strategy, I think as a strategy, it's even better. So there's just find some work while you build your business. But if you can make that work related in some way to your business, then that's even better because it builds your profile and it builds your credibility.
I think there is no shame in having 2-3 jobs while you're making your startup work. You know, and I think I completely advocate for it because not everybody has financial capital. And I've been very much, I have spare time. What can I be doing? Where can I be working to make the money to put into the business? Because everything.
How did you find your purpose? How do you know that this was your purpose?
So first of all, it's still an ongoing journey. I was truly inspired by, slightly cliched, but it's Malcolm X who has the stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. I think it talks about what is the thing that you're truly willing to die for. Asking myself, what would I be willing to die for when I heard it? But what do I do? How do I contribute? I feel I'm one of the lucky ones. My family moved out of Zimbabwe when they did. There are many people who'd have wanted that same opportunity and still haven't got it. But what do I do to make it better for them? Or how do I contribute and give back to those who can't because they can't? But from my place of privilege, acknowledging that and saying, how do I distribute some of it in a way?
Beautiful. What is a cool girl and what does it take to be one?
So willing to make mistakes, but willing to, so taking yourself as you are right now, right? Like in this moment, who am I? Okay, what am I passionate about now? And running with it. Some people, a lot of people will tell you, It doesn't make sense. It's not very logical. I don't think the market is ready for that. I don't think the voices will always continue.
Yeah.
But it's about saying, I believe in this, I'm going to run with it. It's about believing in yourself, first and foremost, that whatever it is you're creating, even if it flops, I believe I chose to do the right thing. That self-belief that whatever happens, I'm choosing myself, choosing ourselves.